Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing great so far this summer. As you know, the big sales have been absolutely fantastic for Switch fans, and I for one have been loving every minute. I appreciate you all coming by to hang out. We have some great games to check out together, plus every game on the list is affordable as well. If you stick around to the end, we have the giveaway winners and announcements, and if you enjoy the show, feel free to hit that red button to join the crew. With all that said, let's dive in. Stay safe my friends, and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start with the Anti-Hero bundle. This is a package of 3 games including Nefarious, Reverse Crawl, and Under Hero. Nefarious is a 2D action platformer, and the other 2 in the bundle have more RPG mechanics, with Reverse Crawl being a strategy-based RPG, and Under Hero being more action-oriented. Now the games do offer 2-player couch co-op, and it comes in with a download just under 4 GB. If you're interested in this one, right now it's on sale for just $4.09, which is a 90% discount and a new low until July 7th. Blood Will Be Spilled is a single-player, strategy-based platform adventure game which follows a bounty hunter named Jack on his quest for revenge. The game has an amazing cast of voice actors and beautiful hand-drawn animation. The combat is turn-based and can get pretty intense in some parts as you take on groups of enemies with a lot more firepower than you have. You'll have to get creative sometimes, but this is a fun game that you can pick up right now for just $1.99, marked down 87%, matching a previous low until July 12th. It has a download around 2 gigs and offers about 7 hours of gameplay. BROFORCE is an intense action platformer that offers both online and local co-op for up to 4 people and draws comedic inspiration from the old action movies and TV shows from the 80s and 90s. The pixelated graphics are great in this one, and the worlds that you have to fight your way through are almost entirely destructible. Now this game is great with a group of friends, but it can get pretty hectic. It's a blast for sure though throughout the entire 10-hour campaign. There are tons of recognizable characters here to play as, and they all have different weapons and abilities. If you're interested in BROFORCE, right now you can pick it up for just $3.74, marked down 75%, matching a previous low again until July 7th. The CASTLEVANIA Anniversary Collection is a collection of several games and some extras from Konami with a download size around 1.5 GB, and it offers dozens of hours of gameplay. With this one, you get a ton of classic games from the original all the way through Bloodlines, and even a new game for us here in the US. Now it was released as part of the 50th anniversary celebration, and it's a great way both for longtime fans as well as newcomers to play through the games that made the franchise what it is today. If you're interested in this one, be sure to pick it up and check out the other collection bundles as well, but right now you can pick up the Castlevania Collection for just $4.99, marked down 75% and matching an all-time low again until the 7th. Cat Quest 2 is a co-op action RPG with a download just under a gigabyte, and it offers about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay on average. Now this game features adorable graphics and some awesome gameplay, with an all-new story that sees both cats and dogs having to come together to end the everlasting war. Now of course the original was great, but here you get more spells, more dungeons, new abilities, and of course you get that local co-op for 2 players as well. There's definitely a ton of content, and right now you can pick this one up for just $4.49, marked down 70% to a new low until the 7th. Child of Light, the Ultimate Edition, is a 2D RPG with a download size just over 2 GB, and it offers about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay on average for 1 or 2 players in local co-op. The story revolves around a young female protagonist on a quest to save her father and her kingdom at the same time. The game combines fun platforming with turn-based combat and puzzle solving for a great mix of genres, creating an amazing one-of-a-kind RPG. The soundtrack is beautiful as well, and right now Child of Light is on sale for just $4.99, a 75% discount and matching a previous low again until the 7th, or you can grab the bundle with Valiant Hearts, which is just a couple dollars more. The DEPONIA Collection is a package of 4 great point-and-click adventures offering more than 50 hours of gameplay with a download size around 7.7 GB. Now these games are full of puzzles that can be a bit challenging at times, but the stories and characters you meet are the highlights for the series. We follow Rufus on a unique adventure throughout these 4 games, plus you have time travel, which is always nice to play with. Individually, you can find these games for about $2 on sale pretty often, but this is the best deal we've seen in quite a while. Right now you can pick up the entire collection for just $3.99, a 90% discount and new low price until the 3rd. FIGMENT is a single-player isometric adventure title full of puzzles and shadowy bad guys. The game has a download size around 1.7 gigabytes and offers roughly 5 to 7 hours of gameplay on average. In this one we follow Dusty on his adventure through the mind. Now the game has a fun combat system, great art and animations, and a unique story. Plus the game has a fantastic soundtrack as well. With the second game right around the corner, now is a great time to play through the original, and right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, which again is a 90% discount, matching an all-time low until the 5th. GATO Roboto is a single-player action platformer with a unique retro look from Devolver Digital. The game has a download size just under 1 gigabyte and should last roughly 4 to 5 hours to wrap up. We play as a small cat armed with a robot mech suit as we blast through the stages set in an alien world. You can of course leave the vehicle to explore the more confined areas or even find hidden secrets. This is another game that doesn't go on sale too often, so if you're interested in GATO Roboto, be sure to grab it up before the sale ends on the 7th. It's marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $3.99. GRIS is a gorgeous 2D puzzle platformer, again from Devolver Digital. This time the download is around 4 gigs and the story should last roughly 4 to 6 hours. Now the amazing graphics are what set this peaceful adventure apart from the others, with a world that feels alive despite being locked within the head of the young girl's mind. Again, the game is really relaxing as you can't die and most of the tougher sections are optional. The soundtrack is again absolutely fantastic, and right now you can pick this one up for just $4.24, a 75% discount matching a previous low, again until the 7th. Hob the Definitive Edition is a single-player 3D adventure title with a download size around 6 gigabytes, and the game offers roughly 15 hours of main story gameplay on average. Now this game has an amazing open world that you can explore, however some areas are locked behind progression. The game has an amazing combat system, and the puzzles scattered around the world are a lot of fun, not only to complete, but then watching how the world shifts and changes is pretty cool as well. Now the Switch version has all the enhancements and even has touch controls if you prefer that. And if you're interested in Hob the Definitive Edition, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends again on the 7th. It's marked down 80% to just $3.99. Iron CRYPTICLE is an arcade-style multiplayer twin-stick shooter with a small download size, only slightly over 100 megabytes, and yet the game offers dozens of hours of gameplay for up to 4 people and local co-op. In this one, we play as a few of the king's knights that are tasked with diving into the crypts to recover his stolen gold and treasures. Of course, you have upgrades that you can find and unlock, weapons, items, and more all litter the many different floors of each playthrough, and this is a great option for groups of people that want to play together, and right now it's on sale for just $2.99, marked down 70%, matching an all-time low until the 7th. Mark of the Ninja Remastered is a single-player stealth platformer with a download size around 3.6 gigabytes, and the main campaign should last more than 10 hours to complete. Now this game sort of gives you the option to play entirely hidden with calculated attacks, or just go in for a more action-oriented approach if you prefer. The combat is amazing, the platforming and controls are perfect, and with this version you get the additional DLC and all of the enhancements made for the Remastered Edition as well, plus there's New Game Plus for even more playtime. If you enjoy a good platformer, make sure to pick this one up before the sale ends on the 7th. It's marked down 75% and matching a previous low of just $4.99. PANKAPU is a single-player action platformer from Plug-in Digital. Now the game has a download size around 2 gigabytes and again offers more than 10 hours of gameplay on average. The game has a beautiful look and sound to it, but can be a bit difficult in some spots for sure. It does have a pretty in-depth story as well and some memorable characters to keep you entertained throughout. Now with this one, it's level-based and not connected like you see in Metroidvanias, so if you hate getting lost in games, you won't have that issue here. If you enjoy a solid platformer but would rather not have to deal with the stealth, consider checking this one out before the sale ends again on the 7th. It's marked down 80% to just $2.39 and again matching a previous low. Rogue Aces is an arcade-style shooter with a small download size around 165 megabytes, but it offers more than 10 hours of gameplay, and this game has some of the best controls in any 2D shooter that I've played here on the Switch. Now the game does have a more toned-down look in comparison to some games that just go crazy with projectiles flying everywhere, which to me was a nice change of pace. And it offers a few different game modes for added replayability as well. That coupled with the randomization of different things in the game makes it a must-play in my opinion, and if you're interested in this one, catch it before the sale ends on July 11th. It's marked down to just $1.99, an 85% discount matching an all-time low. Rogue Legacy is a single-player action RPG with a unique mechanic that upon death has you taking over control of one of your children, which means that each playthrough is a bit different, and the randomized characters can have any number of weird ailments or buffs, which again keeps each playthrough feeling a bit different from the last. Now the graphics might give off the impression that the game is simple or easy, but that is far from true. This is a tough game and a rage quitter for sure. Now the game has a small download size around 250 megabytes and you'll likely get more than 20 hours of gameplay by the time you're done. If you're interested in Rogue Legacy, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on the 7th. It's marked down 70%, matching a previous low of just $4.49. S.N.I.P.E.R Hunter Scope Deluxe is a single-player arcade shooter, a genre that's lacking a bit here on the Switch, so when you find a good one, it's worth checking out at least. Now this game has a download size around 2 GB and again offers dozens of hours of gameplay, a lot of that due to the replayability as you try to keep besting your score and unlocking more upgrades. It feels a lot like playing Virtual Cop back from the Saturn days, and it's a ton of fun to just snipe your way through entire armies of enemies. Now the DLC includes the zombie mode and gives access to even more awesome weapon upgrades. This is a steal right now for just $1.99. You can pick it up with a discount of 88% until July 11th, which matches an all-time low. Splasher is a single-player 2D action platformer with a bright, cartoonish aesthetic, and it comes with a download size around 1.5 GB, offering about 7 to 8 hours of gameplay on average. The game has a unique mechanic in that you have a paint cannon that you can use to maneuver around the different stages by sticking to or bouncing off of the different walls, plus the controls are tight and responsive, which makes playing the game a ton of fun. Of course, we know platformers are a dime a dozen, so when one does stand out, I think it's worth at least checking out. If you're interested in this one, it's on sale until July 7th, marked down 75% and matching a previous low of just $3.74. SUPERBROTHERS Sword and Sorcery is a single-player adventure RPG with a unique retro look and feel to it, and the game has a download size around 660 megabytes, offering roughly 4 to 5 hours of gameplay for most players. Now at its core, this game is all about exploration and solving puzzles as you work your way through the several different chapters of the story. The main highlight for me with this one though is the soundtrack, which was absolutely amazing. This game is great for short play sessions and perfect for relaxing after a tough day. If you're interested in this one, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends again on the 7th. It's marked down 80%, matching a previous low of just $1.99. Torchlight 2 is an amazing action RPG designed to be fun either solo or with a group of friends. It offers both local and online co-op for up to 4 people, and it has a download size around 2 GB. Now at its heart, this is a hack and slash RPG that aims to put you into sensory overload, with flashing colors and spells flying everywhere. The dungeon crawling elements are top notch, plus you even have character customization options as well, and a massive open world to explore. And when you finish, you can even jump into New Game Plus for even more playtime. This is another solid game, and right now it's on sale for just $4.99, marked down 75%, and again matching a previous low until the 7th. Alright folks, before we get into the other deal section, I wanted to mention the Switch OLED giveaway we talked about in the intro. At 25,000 subs, we'll be giving away a Switch OLED, and to enter, just make sure to be subbed to the channel and drop us a comment on one of the sales videos each week. This will ensure that each week you get your name into the drawing that will happen again once we hit that 25,000 sub count. You can have multiple entries as long as you stop by and leave a comment each week, and of course it will be limited to subscribers only. Alright folks, and as always, here are a few other games to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode, but keep a lookout for more daily deals and eShop list videos. Thanks again for hanging out. You know you're legendary. If you made it this far, hit that like button, share it around with somebody who might like a deal, and please stay safe out there.